Welcome. It's Morning Motivation with AthinaElaiya. Thank you for joining us. It's always a blessing to have you on our channel, where our mission is always to share a piece of forever together. The look of the week is provided by Inspired Fashion. Now, it's absolutely my pleasure to introduce my first guest, my first live guest, Chris Hudson. So welcome.
Welcome, Athina.
Thank you
Thanks for
so
having me.
much.
I
Thank you for
appreciate you.
being here.
I appreciate you.
You know how much I love you.
Likewise.
You know how much I love you.
Likewise.
So we're both from Kentucky.
Yeah.
So you now live in Atlanta. Okay, so talk to me about your brand, Life Journeys. This is like your entire existence.
Yeah, it is. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for having me on the show. I love everything you're doing. I love what you're doing and how you inspire our community. But yeah, I started Life's Journey pretty much trying to figure out my purpose in life. You know, I've always loved fashion and I've always loved a sense of people, you know what I'm saying, like to inspire people. But I was always very shy growing up. So I didn't really know I was going to kind of communicate, you know what I mean, with people. So what I would go and do is take slogans and I would then put it on t-shirts. That was my way of like speaking and connecting with people. So I would always try to find like ways of like inspiring people, but just through clothing, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Right? So yeah, like the first t-shirt we did was, it was like an eagle with Life's Journey. We had this long quote on the back, just inspiring people to like find their purpose, find their dreams, find their existence in life and, you know, what they kind of want to do with that. So that was kind of like my way of kind of inspiring. I started out of the back of my trunk, as you know.
I know.
You know, and one of the focuses, Athina, that I had was relationship first, business second. So everybody that I encountered with building my brand, I built relationships with. So I wasn't just selling them a t-shirt. You know, I was kind of giving them inspiration, getting to know them, getting to know their family, their kids. And people started to take a liking to me. And from there, you know, we started, you know, really just like building the brand. I started doing fashion shows around the Lexington area, started doing community events, community engagements, and just really built my brand strictly off community. And that's how I kind of like gained my following, and then, you know, kind of went from there.
That's so encouraging.
Yeah, thank you.
It's so encouraging because people usually like to go the opposite way.
For sure.
But when you start with the community, that's like that amount of support is, I mean, people look for numbers online when you can have numbers right here.
Right here, yeah.
Right here in your hometown.
For sure.
You do. Everyone loves you.
Thank you.
Here.
I know.
Everyone loves your Lexington. Everyone's like, Life Journeys.
For sure.
Yeah, so I love it. So is that how you ended up finding one of your gifts, which is making people feel special? Did that like kind of coordinate with, like, which came first?
Yeah,
you know?
so I you know, ultimately I feel like when I looked at life, you know, I was always like a very ambitious, like young kid growing up. So even at the age of 12, I was like working with, you know, my dad, cleaning buildings, office buildings. So I didn't really get to have like the childhood like my peers did in terms of like going out, you know, playing sports within, you know, our neighborhood. I had to work majority of the time, right? So that really instilled like discipline, work ethic in me. But as I continued to kind of, you know, grow and get older, I took on my mom's personality. She was always like, she always had a heart for people. Like, you know, all my friends would come over and spend the night. You know, she was just this loving person. So I took a lot of her mannerisms, a lot of her character, a lot of her personality. So as I kind of continued to like walk into my own, I realized there was a certain unique calling that I kind of had on myself that drew people to me, right? So I was trying to figure out like, okay, how do I take this and inspire people?
Turn it
you know
into
what I'm saying?
something.
Turn it into something, yeah. Because
that's why I'm like, which one came first? Like, did the love for community with the business aspect come first, or did the gift come first? Like, it was
kind of both, but I think it first started off with the love for the community, But then as I started to kind of grow and build the brand around Lexington, and that's why I always tell entrepreneurs now, like many a times we see the internet, we just want to blow up quick. And I say, no, you got to start local.
Yeah.
Start local first, like start
Yeah.
where you're from. So for me, it was more so like building relationships
You're like
with people.
You're like the poster boy
Yeah.
for building in your community
For sure.
first.
Yeah, you got to.
Like you're literally
You got
one of
to.
the people that I know like that. I mean, it's just there's no words for like
sure.
for that. Like
Definitely.
for starting with your own community first.
Yeah, for sure.
It's huge.
Thank you, Athena. I appreciate that. And that's kind of like I said, how it started, just like more so like when people started sending me messages like, yo, you really inspire me, and I've been watching your brand grow, and people started reaching out for advice, and then that just kind of let me know like, wow, I'm really like having an impact and making an impact on people. And that just really taught me like, man, we're only here for a short period of time. So we really got to make that time count with the time that we've been given. You know what I mean? So I was just walking in my purpose, and I feel that people were just kind of connecting to me along my journey, and that's always been like the amazing part of building this business. You know,
is that how you got your name? Is that how the name came across for your brand?
It's crazy because like one night I was just trying to find my way in life. You know what I mean? And like I said, identifying, knowing I wanted to do fashion. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna create my own clothing line, and then I just started like praying on it, like God, like I need a name.
Yeah.
You know, and I just remember just praying one night, and suddenly after the next few nights, I was in like a dream, and it just hit me like life's. And then I got up, wrote it down. I was like, okay, I got life's, and then I went back to sleep, and then it was like life's journey.
That's amazing.
And I went to go get it trademarked, and the rest is history.
I mean, there are two words in the vocabulary that are probably the most used words.
Yeah.
Like top 100 words
For sure.
used. It's got life and journeys.
Life and journey, yeah.
Like, I mean, every time I'm writing anything where I have to like send in a bio or send in a important information or get an application approved, and they want to know why. Journeys, this is my journey. This has been part of my journey. Is always I always use that word.
For sure.
So you're always like, that's a powerful word to connect with.
For sure.
Because when I write that, you pop in my head, even just for one split second. That's huge though.
Yeah.
Just
journey,
to use those two words and build off that. It's amazing.
Definitely.
So I want to talk about your son.
Yeah, definitely.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
He's absolutely stunning. I can't not talk about family. I'm such a family person.
Definitely. Likewise.
So, how did having your son change things for you? How did it change the dynamics in your business and life?
Yeah. So for me, I think it's just more so like having a kid gives you more of a greater sense of purpose, because now like you're not only living for you, you know what I mean? You got somebody else who's dependent on you. You know what I mean? So for me, having my son really like put like the battery pack in my ammo, and it's like charged me up. So physically not living in Lexington with him, like taking on a leap, relocating back to Atlanta to kind of build this brand and get it out there. It's like I had to sacrifice a lot.
It is a huge sacrifice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't realize that, and sometimes you don't see that because, I was telling a friend, it's like, no matter what you do in life, no matter how successful you become, there's no way that you can be successful in every area of your life, because out of that something, there's going to be something that's lacking. So, for instance, like if I was to go and do a pop-up shop in New York, my son may have a baseball game that same day or that same weekend. So it's like sometimes it's like you have to sacrifice something to get to that level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily like to a certain level. I think it's more so like understanding in life that it's about balance. So when I had my son, he gave me a lot of balance.
Yeah.
And as I continue to grow, just as a man, as a father, I realized the importance of legacy, family, time, balance, and just understanding that, life is what you make it. Literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think we're living in times where it's a lot of confusion because there's not a lot of, balance, structure, parents, you know what I'm saying, around this kind of like leading the way and showing their kids,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I just always wanted to kind of be that role model for my son. You know
absolutely.
what I mean?
I mean, having a successful business is one huge way to show him what commitment looks like, what dedication looks like, what taking care of your family looks like. You know, it's one of my dreams to for sure have something that I can say, you know, when I have children, nieces, nephews, if you guys want to be a part of this business, you can.
Yes.
There's no pressure.
For sure.
But if you want, there's an open doorway, and you can come work for me.
For sure, yes.
You can come learn the business from me, you know, and I'm going to make sure you're being taken care of. I'm going to make sure that you're not going to be, you know, misused or taken advantage of, and or not paid, or, you know. And so it's huge for your son. Like, he's definitely going to. And then in his precious years.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, he remembers the business in his precious years. He's 13. You started this when he was a baby.
Yeah, for sure.
How old was he exactly when you started this?
I think Jaden, honestly, is around 2008. So he was roughly around maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
About a year and a half, 2 years, yeah. Because I started it and ran into some trademark issues with copyright infringement. And then we had to stop it, and then got in a car accident, and then developed and designed a new logo, and then it kind of, you know, went from there. So it's like probably like a year and a half, 2 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the science of children when it comes to like age groups, but just briefly, from 0 to 6.
Yeah.
That's a huge foundation of how they look at life.
For sure.
And it's just very subconscious. So those are the things that as adults we have to like break through and like meditate through and pray through, because, you know, those are things that like they're embedded.
For sure.
So for someone to have an imprint of their father having a business, working with the community, and just changing lives.
For sure.
That's huge. Before he's even done with that age group from 0 to 6, he saw that.
Facts, yeah.
For most of those years.
For sure.
It's huge.
It's a blessing, man.
So congratulations to that, because I mean that's just like something you should be very proud of.
Yeah, no, I'm super blessed. Me and my dad was having a talk the other day, and he was just saying how there's certain things that he hasn't did with me as a kid that he sees that I've done with my son. And, you know, that made me feel proud to know. And, you know, I want my son to be a better man than me. You know, if he has kids, you know, do better than me. You know, that's what we're supposed to do, right? So,
I love it.
Yeah.
So proud. So getting back to, I want to talk about this mobile truck.
Yeah, definitely.
First of all, I'm not going to lie. When I saw it pop up on Instagram, I was like, okay, Chris is just like,
for sure.
Okay, like doing the most in the best way possible.
Definitely.
Like when I saw that, I was like, this is everything.
Yeah, definitely.
What? Being able to go to people, you create your own events wherever you go. Like that's huge.
Yeah, no,
you're not limited.
Great. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, it was more so like I was saying, start local, finish global. So like more the mobile truck idea kind of came from like not putting me in this box. So when we had like the storefront, you know, trying to operate out of the storefront is like you're in a box. You know what I mean? Because you're there majority of the time. So I love the idea of like just popping up on people and just having a good time.
Can you drive it?
Yeah,
Can you whip it?
Yeah, I drive it.
Do you let anybody else drive it?
You know what? I think 2 people has actually driven it since. But yeah, I normally drive it. So we have a couple events coming up. We're gonna pull up. We haven't been able to like set up the way we want to because of COVID. Like soon as I finish the truck, COVID, so it just shut down everything because we was gonna do like a little mini tour,
which could be a blessing.
Yeah, definitely.
Always the way you look at it.
I agree.
And it prepped you heavy.
It definitely did.
Prepped you hardcore.
Yeah, for sure.
So, how has having the mobile truck affected your? I mean, I'm not like not getting into your business, but has it like drastically increased in your sales, just like from a marketing perspective?
Yeah, no, it definitely has. And I think now, given the fact that we have this summer coming up, we're going to be able to kind of attend more events.
Yeah.
So people are already drawn to it because it's a truck. But then when you actually get inside the truck, it's like you're like really on a life's journey. You know,
we should have had the interview there.
I know, right? You got like the graffiti, and you know, in the back it has like the path, the grass in there, the clouds in the sky. Like it's like really dope.
And it looks so big.
It's huge.
Like it looks so spacious.
It's huge.
I can't wait. I want to see it in person.
Definitely. No, you have to. So I got it in Atlanta right now. So
okay.
I may bring it back to Lexington, depending on if we're going to.
Or I'll be in Atlanta.
For sure.
We'll see.
You come.
But if I'm in Atlanta, I'll definitely see you.
Definitely.
So, one of the newest things that you have going on, which is like incredible,
for sure, is
these new shoes you have.
Definitely, yeah.
Can we see those shoes?
Yeah.
Can we see those shoes? Yes. Like let's talk about this.
Yeah, we're still like in the. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. This is like almost a year and a half of development. We went through a few different samples, but this is actually sample maybe 6.
Can I feel it?
Yeah. If we're going through the sneaker, we drastically changed the design. I was working with Rich. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Creative Recreation.
I'm not.
Creative Rex was a huge brand at one point. So when I moved out to LA, I connected with a few people, and I've always wanted to build more than clothing. So,
I know.
Yeah,
it's about a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? So when I finally got to connect with building the sneaker, it was just more of like it didn't really follow my hand, but it was just more so like relationships. And then when I found like the right shoe manufacturer, I'm like, okay, cool. This is like the idea of what we wanted to do. So this is like the first sample shoe of this particular sneaker rather. Mm-hmm. But we actually went back in and I showed you the photos, but we're taking this away. We're adding like a woven. This is going to kind of be like a woven patch right here.
I love that just the way it is.
Yeah,
but you did show me the
for sure.
One of the upgrades, which is for here.
We're gonna change this,
and I do really like that. But other than that, like I'm obsessed. This is so
this
beautiful,
is dope, man. Yeah,
and like the quality of it. I mean,
it's amazing. Very soft too. So
it's just it's just such good quality. So do you plan on having like a line of shoes, or do you plan on just having like a couple here and there, or is this like is this going to be part of the brand from now on?
I read the book Shoe Dog by Phil Knight.
Okay.
And that's the owner, CEO, founder of Nike. And I was just super inspired from reading that book, right? And, I told myself, if Phil can do it, I can do it too, right? So I think it's just more so just having the resources and just, making things happen. So yeah, this is like the first sneaker, and like Athena, like no lie, the amount of feedback that we received and like people drastically reaching out to pre-order, like, because we got to do a certain number of these. And I was telling my dude, like, bro, that's a lot of shoes.
Yeah, people don't even know the requirements that it takes to even just get started.
They don't. They
like,
do not.
Like, you have to have, so you have to have a certain amount of pre-orders for them to even start creating this?
Well, here goes the thing, and this is just being completely transparent. Most of the times, they don't even care about the pre-orders. They're going to say, hey, you have to order 400 of these sneakers, and this is when we need the money by. So with me being an entrepreneur, been like, the hustler that I am, like, I'm like, okay, instead of me taking everything out of my pocket to pay for it, because then it's like, I could get maybe, let's say 200 10 and a halves, and then most people may wear a size 9. So it's easy for me to kind of market, build up the hype, and then start doing pre-orders. So that way I know for sure I can lock in a certain amount of orders. Yeah. And then I can order, additionally, depending on, what I'm saying, when I start to kind of see the sizing of people like that. But no, literally out the gate, you have to order a certain amount of shoes. And if you're not ready to do that, then they instantly, cut the relationship off. So for me, it was like I said, when I found we had to do that, and I was like, I got to trust God. Like, and I believe in myself. I believe in my brand. Again, what I was saying, relationships.
But you're also so intentional. The thing I think people I think people get God misrepresentation. Like it's a misrepresentation. Yeah. Like sometimes it's like, oh, just pray it through. God will take care of it. Okay, but are you going to the locations?
Yeah.
Are you making sure that your paperwork is together? Yeah. Are you making sure your proposal looks all right? So for you, that's huge for you. Definitely. Like you could almost have like a business course teaching people how to do this.
Definitely.
No,
it's funny you said that too, Athena, because I one of the other quotes that I live by is like faith in action. Like you can have all the faith in the world, but if you don't put no action behind it, it's just you know what I'm saying? Like,
I just think it's just God's misrepresented. Yeah, it's misrepresented sometimes.
I agree. Yep.
And it's not like you have to choose between you or God. It's a collective. It's a collective energy here.
For sure, yeah. You got to put in the work too, and sometimes people don't do that.
If you don't put in the work, God can't do its part.
Facts. Yeah.
Period.
Facts.
So I think that should be something you should definitely look toward.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
like I think a lot of people would love to learn from you.
For sure.
I mean, I've learned
No, I
from
agree.
you.
Yeah, for sure.
I've learned from your business, you know, the way that you just line out things and the way that everything is so precise.
For sure.
Like you're so precise on everything.
Definitely.
Like nothing's an accident, nothing's a maybe, nothing's a wrong date. You know, you know,
no,
it's
everything's
like
calculated.
yeah. And you're so quiet.
Yeah.
So by the time it does by the time it does get up there,
for sure.
it's official.
It's official. No, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
And that's a huge way for people to even learn. Just stay quiet until it's official. A, so you don't stress yourself out.
Facts. Yeah.
Right? And then B, so that your brand can be trusted.
Definitely. Yeah, you see that a lot. A lot of people stress out, man. It's like you got to have a strategy. You know
strategy,
what I mean? You gotta have a strategy.
You're big on strategy, yeah. So, Chris,
I
don't know if it's like something that you're the most excited about when it comes to your brand right now, but I mean, aside from this shoe,
for sure,
I'm crazy hype about this animation that you have going on. Can we talk about it? Are we allowed to talk about it?
No, we can't. I'm very, very excited about it. The only thing is we can't really show anything right now because we're still like in the development, stages of it.
Okay.
But I will send you some stills of everything. Okay. But no, everything is like coming together. We plan on actually doing like a 4-city tour with it. So you're
gonna do a 4-city tour.
4-city tour
for the cartoon.
Yeah, for the cartoon series. So it's gonna be like a premiere, and kind of what we're gonna do is like a palette that we developed. It's like 10 to 15 minutes. We're gonna start at the Kentucky Theater.
The Kentucky Theater.
Yeah. So it's gonna have.
I love that you always bring things home. Like
gotta bring it home.
I hate to bring it up again about community, but like always bringing it home. It gives people. It gives like you become the people's champ.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
It's like.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. So it's gonna we're planning on doing it. I think late September, early October.
I need a ticket.
So no, I got you.
I need to make sure I'm there.
We should have you do the red carpet interviews or something like that.
God,
That'd be fire. Yeah. So
Okay.
no, we'll definitely do that. But no, that's the plan. We plan on kind of really starting it independently, building up the base that we currently have. Plan on doing some crowdfunding because it is very expensive, and then from there we plan on kind of pitching it to like a Netflix, Hulu, or a streaming service like that.
I would love to help you with the crowdfunding. Just
definitely would love to.
Just helping you get it out there. So definitely with this starting for
For sure.
With this just being a start of, helping with the crowdfunding. Because
definitely.
What is the cartoon about? Can we have like a little, just an explanation of it?
A little brief synopsis. So basically the cartoon is going to be called Life's Journey.
Okay.
So you're going to have, it's about 7 characters and then they're going to have an overseer. So basically they're in like kind of like a group home setting, which is really cool, but you have all different walks of life all under this house.
Oh my God.
And they're all kids and they're all going to have different personalities.
I love it.
And they're going to go on different adventures, learn different lessons in life that's going to be tangible, you know what I'm saying, that they can.
And they're all going to be different races,
all different races,
ages,
all different genders, all of that. Like
all of it.
You're going to see a little bit of everything. And that's what we wanted to really focus on with building, because it's life's journey. Everyone has their own like story. Everyone has their own path. So we wanted to be able to kind of tie it in and connect with, just showing the difference, you know what I'm saying?
I love that, Chris.
Different walks of life.
So, I love that, Chris. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I love how you build from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. Like you don't stay stuck in like, I'm just going to sell T-shirts. Okay, I'm just going to stay here. Okay, I'm just going to stay here. I think that stifles a lot of people.
It does.
And you're just like never afraid to take it to the next level, you know?
Sure. You got to keep going. I think that's what happens a lot. Sometimes we go from hustle to hustle to hustle to hustle because we see it online, right? So it's like, this person's doing this, so I'm gonna tap into this. This person's doing that, and then you don't really have like a passion for it, so you get burnt out, and you're just like chasing the money instead of like chasing purpose. So that was like one of the main focuses that I've always stood by. Is like chase your purpose, the money will come. Do what you love, and inspire others. You know what I'm saying? That's the slogan: believe, pursue, inspire. Like believe in yourself. Pursue your purpose, inspire the world. You know what I mean? So that's life's journey.
I love it. I love your slogan.
Thank you.
Yeah, I always have. I mean, I literally remember like the beginning, some of your beginning stages, and it's just like.
For sure.
I mean, from a trunk.
Yeah.
To a mobile truck.
Yeah.
And you have a store in Lexington.
Pop-up shops.
You have a pop-up shop in
Fayette Mall that we do.
In the Fayette Mall.
Yeah.
So you guys get there.
Yeah.
Get to the mall. So actually, I want to show some of your pieces so they can
Definitely.
see you.
I'd love
to. This is our lovely Noah.
Mm-hmm. They know it. So
what was the inspiration for this?
Yeah, so pretty much we just wanted to just give women their flowers, you know what I mean? So it's just it's life's journey, just basically, just showing women, giving their flowers. Yeah, definitely.
While they're alive.
Many times we don't, so that was kind of like the motivation of that, just giving their flowers.
I love that you don't have it just for Mother's Day. I love that you're making it's not red and it's not you kind of put it outside of that. I really love that.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's see our other ones.
Yep. And this one is another piece.
Your tags are fire too.
Thank you so much. And it has the message on the back. Some endings are necessary.
Some endings are necessary.
And as you can see, everything is starting off going great, and then you can see kind of letting go, and that's the balloon.
I love it.
I mean, that's the balloon. Butterfly, rather.
Butterfly,
yeah. So some endings are necessary.
And so, are you the person? Did you draw this, or did you get someone?
Yeah, so I pretty much sketched it, and I have a design team. They go back in, they clean it up, and then they pretty much kind of enhance to what I currently have.
But you're always the idea guy.
I'm always the idea, the slogans.
And then you hand it off.
The slogans. I'm back hands on, and I send it to them, and then they.
I love it because then you have quality control.
For sure, yeah, you definitely do.
You have your quality control.
You definitely do.
Let's see the next one. Mm-hmm. I love this one. I love this one.
This one's Life's Journey. I love the message on the back too.
Not everyone will see the vision in the beginning. Keep going. One day you'll make them believers.
Facts.
It's epic.
Yeah, because it really stemmed from a lot of times when you're first starting out, no matter what it is. You feel like you don't really have the support or people really naturally believing in you, but it's bro, just go out there and do the work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People will see the vision.
They'll come along.
They'll come along. You know what I'm saying?
If you believe hard enough, so will they.
I don't get caught up in who's supporting me, who's not supporting me. I just do the work.
I love it.
And then the rest goes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The rest is fun.
That's huge.
For sure.
That's a whole conversation. I don't get into who isn't supporting me. Yep. I'm into who does support me.
Exactly. Facts.
And I support them back.
Facts. Yeah. Facts.
Okay, and so we have one last thing, and this is...
Yeah.
This was my favorite thing before I saw the shoes.
Yeah, this is hard, man. We did...
oh, look at the world.
We came in with this concept, this is...
And the material.
Something different. Yeah, the material's amazing.
Such good quality, Chris.
We did a limited run on these. I mean, they sold out within 2 days. I mean, it was...
That's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. And we got the little hearts up here. So,
I see it.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's dope, man.
And it's so eccentric. A woman or a man can wear this.
Facts.
And it's not... I love it.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah.
So that's the direction. We got a lot more stuff coming, but that's kind of where we're at.
Noah.
Yeah, thank you, Noah.
So, okay, I love it. I'm so proud of you.
For sure.
I'm so proud of you. And I mean, I can't wait to see... continue to see what else you have going.
For sure.
I'm gonna be following your journey forever.
Likewise.
Forever. And I'm actually happy that we can do this together. We've been trying to do this for a long time.
We've been trying to connect.
Something. You're in Kentucky, I'm in New York,
sure.
and so I'm happy that it finally came together.
Definitely.
And I think it came together in the best way possible.
Definitely did.
Right?
And I'm so honored that you had me and love our friendship.
Love it.
We don't get to talk every day, but when we do talk, it's we didn't miss
bounce
a beat.
right back.
Facts. So that's always a great thing.
It.
Yeah.
Well, give me a hug.
All right.
Because I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Love you too. Proud of you.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so proud of you.
All right.
Now it is time for our sponsors, our amazing sponsors who help continue our show, and we love you. The look of this week on today's episode is provided by Inspired Fashion. I want to thank everyone for coming to this show, okay? This is just the beginning, first and foremost, and this is our first official show, okay?
Sure.
This is our first official show. I had to have you on.
Thank you so much for having me.
I had to have you on.
Appreciate you.
I want you to tell the people where they can find you. I'm going to have all the information below, so you guys will find it, but I want them to hear it from you.
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram at Life's Journey CO, or you can check out the website, www.lifesjourneyclothing.com.
Amazing. You were amazing.
Thank you so much.
And our next show is going to be on the 13th of June. That is our official Monday, okay? Our Mondays are our variety shows, which are people like Chris. And then our Fridays are our interviews and performers. So you want to stay tuned for our Mondays and our Fridays, okay? But today, as our first day, I want to thank you again. And make sure that you find us on Instagram, morningmotivation.ae, okay? And again, look for us on the 13th, Monday. Thank you so much, guys. And welcome. We look forward.
Thank you.